suggest if you're going to go that route, the property there, the Chapman's farmstead, also be changed to low density multifamily.
So then we'd be talking about this extension as well. So this entire T-shaped thing. Yeah, that. Okay, so everybody got that?
Because then it's consistent with low density multifamily surrounding the commercial area.
I'm good. I think that makes sense to me.
I guess
I'm on board with that.
is that the Gilson land? That's, can you speak for that property? Or do
We
you
would
wish to
prefer as
speak?
low as density as possible with residential. We would prefer R5 or under.
That is your preference for your parcel or your family land?
So you're saying R5 then, Jason?
Well, that's what's shown on their property as an 83 frontage. That's what we're already showing.
Okay.
So for the sake of the motion, what do I call this?
We don't have a
Gotcha.
motion. We don't have a motion.
Yeah.
Or density.
No, I don't think there's a motion
Property.
against the state.
It's, yeah, we're just,
But how do I describe it properly? I know it's.
Chapman multifamily.
Say the Chapman property out of surrounding the commercial on the Chapman property. Yeah.
well, the Chapman property currently zoned medium density transitional, because there's only those two spots.
I guess on that note, regarding the corner lot, and then the EE, I said at the last meeting there about I have my concerns about building things there, just due to the fact of the safety of the school district, the intensity of the intersection there, and then in EE, we as a district have our concerns about the intersection immediately to the east of there, on the east side of the high school property, that comes in and out with the Fairwood subdivision. It seems like an odd spot to build something like that. But trumping that completely is how I feel about what that does for added traffic coming in and out. Just points of conflict regarding as you approach an intersection that's probably rather fast. And if I had to make a change, then I'd like to see that go from medium density to low density multifamily. Looks like to mirror what Jason stated as well. I think that's the best.
Well, you heard my comment. I disagree with that, but because the location of the property and intersection.
Well, and you were also saying that this property was purchased as an 8, correct?
That's what I've been told by people that were on staff at that time.
And the new standard 8 is being changed to 10, so you're recommending it stays at a 10.
What we're essentially proposing is no change to the current zoning.
Right, and that's,
Yeah, current.
but it'll be current,
Yes, yes.
and that makes sense because it was purchased that way, the people who bought it, they expected it to be zoned that way. I'm kind of with you on that, and they don't want it, the owners don't want to change it, and I
guess I'm
think that should
confused.
carry a long weight.
Go ahead, what's up?
The map I was provided has that parcel as agricultural.
Yeah, it's still in
So
agriculture.
when you talk about being sued for downgrading, we're not actually downgrading anything. If anything, we're changing from agricultural to an upgrade. I'm confused, and I just wanted to make.
Well, what was plan? The original layout, concept plan for that site.
Was the road in that location?
But nothing official though, nothing's ever adopted though regarding that plot?
No. Correct.
So anything is an upgrade there.
Yeah, all I'd ask is you take comment from, there's a representative here representing that property, so I know you guys are gonna make a decision, but before you do, I would just, since they're here. If you want, if you got nothing to say, that's fine.
Are you done?
Please go ahead.
Okay. Well, we have been in discussions with Bruce since the last meeting 2 weeks ago. And yeah, that parcel is oddly shaped due to what the county desired to make that intersection safer. And I know last meeting, you folks were talking about, like having to be a transitional area because in different areas you wanted it to be transitional from a more intense use. I mean, in some respects, the high school is an intense use, so it is somewhat transitional from the high school. And I know there was also talk about for higher densities in other portions of the community, talking about getting services there. We've already started to get bids based upon the plan that we had submitted last year, and we are actually we're already running into that because the county's not gonna let us cut the county, we got a bore. So again, Polinsky's getting, harmed a little bit because of the land parcels formation where it's located, when again, it tried to make this a safer intersection. And yes, there were discussions back when it was developed that this was gonna be multi-family. And so it's very possible you may be looking at some sort of legal action if it is changed. I don't know. I'm not the one who makes that
Shane,
decision.
you're a lawyer.
I said I'm not the one that makes that decision.
I'm half kidding.
The owners of the company would have to make that
Okay.
decision. So again, we would respectfully request that, we go along with Bruce's recommendation. I also remind you that we had proposed actually a higher density use,
Sure.
which was still gonna be less than Toronto, but higher than the 10.
Sure.
And the Belinskis are okay with the 10 units per acre at this point.
So talking some specifics, just if we're gonna pare this down and just talk this parcel for whatever reason, whether it's the reshaping of the road or its location or whatever, you wanna talk about this parcel, you're talking about 26 units, so you're talking about, let's talk trips and cars first. So what's the rule of thumb for trips?
Trips for multifamily between 6 and 7 trips per day.
Per person or per unit or
Per
bedroom?
unit, per unit.
Per unit. So you're talking 100-ish, somewhere between 150, 120, 150 trips per day theoretically. You're talking 1.2 people is about the factor we use for apartments, so that's 30-ish, 36, 37, somewhere in there people. So if you're just looking at this as one specific development for something that ended up like this because of the road and whatever, I think we should talk about some of those numbers, and then we can talk with some of the people who are affected, or the communities that are affected, and the entities that are affected, and how you guys feel about that. And I'd like to hear from some more people too.
Where ingress out of that thing, where are they gonna get in out of it?
I think the proposal was to actually mirror the other entrance into Fairways. So
And the building, if I remember correctly, the building is kind of squared in this corner, and the entrance and then the parking is around there, correct?
I think maybe a little bit further north,
Okay.
but the entrance, yes,
Yeah.
would be to match Stecker Farm.
County's gonna be all right with that?
Excuse me?
County's okay with that? As far
I think
as-
preliminary
as far enough
discussions,
up
yes.
the signals, okay.
Preliminary discussions, yes, but again, we haven't submitted a final plan because we haven't gotten there yet.
Bruce, do we need to
No-
take a stop
nothing
real
on-
quick?
No, we have 11 minutes left.
Nothing on NN,
No
Just-
access.
just on double E.
As far as I know, I think the previous discussion was only on to ED, yes.
That's consistent with everything we've seen as well. I mean, again, nothing submitted with a fee to take to the plan commission, but
Fire department? Don't they have to have dual access? In and out?
They had an emergency exit on the double end, kind of like they have over at the place on double end, so they claim, so it could be used only in emergency. Because they didn't want, county doesn't want another entrance.
Sure, okay.
you got a chair is the only one who can address, okay.
Yes, please.
As a county supervisor, I received some complaints after the last meeting, regarding the, travel on EE from NN, the 45-mile-an-hour speed limit, and the fact that, concerns that if there would be a parcel, that there would be apartments on that corner, residents that are further up EE would have difficulties getting in and out of their driveways, let alone be able to even get over to this location from towards the school. There's a lot of people that are very concerned on EE all the way up to I regarding this this apartment request for this location. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Any other comment or discussion here from the committee here?
I just have a little comment. We have heard from homeowners and understand that, but also from Polinsky's point of view, they got a raw deal when the road came through and created this tiny parcel. I just think the world doesn't talk much about fairness, but even though they are corporations, nobody cares about corporations, but in the light of fairness, all the things that were expected, and now they're asking for, I don't know, I just think we should consider that also.
I would suggest that maybe you take those two things separately. The one, put Rod Strong and the Chapman
Yeah.
property.
Yeah.
And then take this separately, and then ask you if you have any more comments about any other part of this neighborhood or the key area.
So with the exception of the changing these two particular pieces that Denise and I have talked about, can we pass the rest of this proposal as is?
They want to address the two issues and then pass.
I mean, I think you should just,
Whatever you want to
you guys are up and down, heads bobbing, okay with everything, but we need to talk about these last two pieces. We'll just do the two pieces and then approve it.
So let's pump the brakes on the two pieces and what we're talking about here. I think everything else looks good. Is there any discussion that we want to take up outside those two parcels?
Behind it.
Anybody? Okay. Well, with the exception of those two parcels, I make a motion to approve this plan as presented.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? We'll do it all together unless it's kind of murky. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. Okay, let's do this. Let's take a quick break here. We'll come back. We'll take up this issue. We'll come back here in 5 minutes.